So here's the deal. I'm using an iPhone app called Calimoto to plan a ride for me. It's New Year's Day. I think I've got a cold. I don't feel like planning anything, but I do feel like going for a ride, so I'm going to let this thing have at it and see what happens. And I'm going to show you this device that was sent to me that I'm testing out for my cross-country trip come June. So let's start navigation.
Let's go.
All right, well, we're off. So I looked at the route real quick when I called it up, as you saw, but I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. So now I have actually no idea where we're going. So it's telling me in my ear, because I've got my phone connected to my headset, it's telling me that there's a speed trap ahead. And there it is right there, if you can see it. Hello. So, get that going for me. So it's telling me I've got an hour and 42 minutes on this ride, and I'm going about 60 miles. In the process, it's going to give me turn-by-turn directions in my ear and on the screen. I understand that a lot of people watching this video might say, that's a lot of technology. What do you need that all for? It ruins the ride. And to a certain extent, I absolutely agree. On the other hand, if you're like me and you have a terrible sense of direction, something like this just takes one thing off your mind. I don't have to, it's like having a tour guide, right? You know, like I want to go see some stuff, but I don't feel like having to be the one who's checking the maps and deciding whether we're taking a left or a right or going straight. Just let the computer do it for you and just enjoy the ride. It's just one fewer thing to think about. Sometimes you want that other thing to think about. Sometimes that's part of the trip, right? You get out and you say, I'm just going to go somewhere and I'm going to explore and I'm going to find along the way. And I totally love doing that. I'm just not in the mood to do that today. I'm in the mood to just ride and know that I'm going to get home when I get home and, you know, be guided along the way. And there's something kind of comforting about that. Now, for some reason, it's putting me on I-5. I can't imagine why this thing thinks that I-5 is a nice windy road, but in my past dealings with Calimoto, the app that I'm using, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't found it to be terribly fantastic. In fact, the last time I used it, it cut off in the middle of my ride and reset itself and left me in the middle of nowhere. So I just basically had to use other maps to get home. So if you hate technology, then that's just confirmation that sometimes technology sucks. Am I going to Seattle? Okay. That'd be a nice surprise if it took me to Seattle. Huh. I don't think I'm going to Seattle. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to Seattle. I like Seattle, but I just don't think it's in the cards for today. I'm going to switch this thing into sport mode. Not because I want to go fast, but because I like how peppy it is when I'm trying to overtake someone on the highway. I'm not a speed racer or anything. Welcome to Washington State, leaving Portland, by Portland, and entering Washington. My second favorite state, maybe. I don't know. I gotta be honest, Calimoto is no Google Maps or Apple Maps or Waze. It's got a ways to go, if you know what I'm saying, when it comes to navigation, but we'll see. We'll see how it does. So look at this. It's got a purple line that goes that way, but then it's got an arrow that goes this way. So I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do here. Oh my goodness. Am I supposed to go straight? I have to pick a lane, so I guess I'll go straight. This is super irritating. St. John's Boulevard. 0.3 miles. Maybe I'm just spoiled by other nav apps, because other nav apps seem to be a lot more intuitive in, you know, everything. So part of the reason I wanted to do this video today is because this company, I believe they're called Aoocci? I'm not really sure. I am sure I'm butchering that name, however it's pronounced. Sent me this device. It's a CarPlay Android Auto thingy. I have one on my Scrambler that's made by a company called Shiggy that I really like. It was on here until last week when I put this one on. So this isn't necessarily a review. I'm not trying to sell you the damn thing. At this point, I gotta be honest, I don't know if I like it, so I'm not going to try to sell it to you. But I'm just pointing out the idea that you could have a little bit of technology added to your bike for not a whole lot of money, and if that's something you're into, it's easy to do. And there's a million of these things. So you can go with something like an Aoocci, you can go with a Chiggy. It really comes down to how big you want the screen, the build quality. This one comes with a front camera and a rear camera and some sort of remote that I didn't bother putting on yet. The cameras are really just on here for testing. I don't know that I'm going to keep them, but they are kind of cool. They record your ride in the background. You don't even think about it. It just happens automatically. And then when some drunk pulls out in front of you and they blame it on you for riding a motorcycle, you can say, well, I caught you on video being an asshole. Here it is. And then, you know, I don't know what happens after that, to be honest. The flip side to that is, if you're doing something stupid, you're going to catch yourself on camera doing it. So the elephant in the room here, obviously, is how much technology is too much technology. I've already made a video on technology and motorcycles. When I got the Tiger 900, it comes with this big screen here that does practically nothing. It's a speedometer, and it tells you your gear. And it's got enough display space that you could run Netflix on it if it would let you, and you can watch movies while you're riding. That's how big it is. But it doesn't really do anything. I don't know. It's got navigation that is terrible, that I refuse to hook into my phone because it hijacks everything. And it's got music controls, but I already have that on my Aoocci, right? See, I can do this. Well, I could do this. Well, I could do this. See, I could do this. See, okay, so it's not the most responsive screen in the world. My Chiggy is more responsive. And now it's telling me that I'm listening to Blink 182. I'm not really actually listening. And I can do things. Okay. Oh God, now it wants me to do something. Okay, I need to turn. Okay, so that's a masterclass in being a distracted driver. So I'm not going to do that ever again. Here you go. All right, I'm going to just take a shot in the dark here and assume that this is what street? Wait, what? Northeast 78th. Yeah, okay, sure. Happy New Year. Who moves on New Year's Day? Who needs a U-Haul on New Year's Day? So far as scenic rides go, this has been pretty damn underwhelming, if I'm being honest. So Calimoto, I don't know what's going on with you, man. But we'll see. Maybe it gets nicer. Maybe we'll see some porpoises or something. If you're interested in purchasing one of these things from Aoocci, I'm going to leave a link down in the description with the discount code. The discount code, I believe, is BUGBONO. but there will be a link too. I don't care if you use that link to buy this thing. I really don't. But it gives you some percentage off. And I looked today and it was fairly significant. I don't think I get a kickback. And if I do, I'll just donate it to some cause because I don't want to be reviewing things for money. Although I will be transparent and say that they did send me this to keep, I think. I hope, because I already hooked it up and I don't feel like taking it apart. But that said, it sort of raises another point, and that point is how much I hate doing product reviews and why I don't do them. When a company like Aoocci, who I have to say, through all of my correspondence, have been really nice, very cool people, at least the person I dealt with, I don't want to accept products and feel beholden to them to make a good review. If this thing blows, I'm going to tell you that this thing blows. And so far, I like it, but it's not as sensitive, I don't think, to the touch as my Chiggy. Now, I am wearing gloves. These are touch gloves, but I've noticed that sometimes when I press things on this, it doesn't quite do the thing it's supposed to. But that could just be me. I've only had it for like a week or whatever, and I'm still getting used to it, so we'll see. I don't want to be beholden to make good reviews. I want to tell you if something sucks. I want to tell you if something's cool. I don't want to make a living reviewing products that people send to me. I know that there are probably some YouTubers who are really into that. They feel important when someone sends them a product, and then they feel like if they don't give them a good review, they won't get any more products. And then, I don't know, they won't feel special anymore? I don't know. I don't care about any of that shit. I figure, though, if this is cool, and it works well, the price is right. I want to say with the discount, it's like $190 or something like that. I don't know. And that gets you the cameras. It's got a remote that goes over here somewhere I'm not using right now. It comes with an SD card, or at least mine did, which I thought was pretty cool because that's where you record the footage to. If I'm being super honest, I think the Chiggy has better build quality. I'm a little bit more impressed with the build quality of the Chiggy, but the Chiggy is also like twice as expensive, and I don't think that the build quality of that justifies the price increase. So a company like Aoocci or whatever the hell they're called, yeah, they had to probably cut a few corners to make it this price, but it works great so far, and I don't think you need anything better than this. One of the cool things, okay, I'm gonna break my rule and just press a button here. Press two buttons. Nope. God damn it. Alright, so if I go to the home screen and I press the driving recorder, it's got a rear view camera now. It's also telling me I'm going 74 kilometers an hour, which in American, I don't know what that is, but... Alright, is this useless? Sort of. But an argument could be made that you just have that on, and every once in a while you glance down at it like you would glance at your rearview mirrors, and you get a sort of better idea of what's going on behind you. If you're in stop and go traffic, I wouldn't mind having this going. I don't know, maybe not. But anyway, that's what it's recording. That's the back. Is that the front? And that's the front? I can't tell. Yeah, that's the front. So that's what it records. It's pretty cool, right? Now, I don't know how the hell you get out of it. You know what? Any day on a bike is a good day. Any ride's a good ride. Is that right? I don't know if that's true. How much longer do I have on this ride? An hour and 18 minutes? Dear God. Tell me what about this route so far has been windy. Or scenic. Or anything. There's a John Deere store, in case you're looking for a John Deere store. Starting to believe that maybe I could have just gone for a ride without this stupid thing, Calimoto, I mean, and have been perfectly happy, but here we are. At least I don't have to think about it. Well, I do have to think about it because it's not intuitive. Well, now I think we're going to get into the scenic twisty part. This is desolate. The thing about technology is you can turn it off. I don't always like to have this screen going, telling me where I'm going or showing me that I'm listening to terrible 90s music. Sometimes I like to just turn it off. One thing about the Aoocci, I don't know. It doesn't have an on and off button, as far as I can tell. The Chiggy has an on and off button, I think. Yeah, it does, because I've turned it off. This thing, it has no buttons. You know, I don't think it has a soft button that says turn off. So that's moderately to aggressively annoying. Now I know that they came out with a newer version of this thing, I think, maybe, but I'm not sure. And maybe that has an on and off button, either a hard button or a software button, I don't know. But the fact that I can't turn it off might be a deal breaker for me. Okay. I've got heated grips, and for some reason I'm wearing mesh gloves, and I can't feel any of my fingers anymore. Yeah, confirmed, can't feel them. So I think I'm going to have to stop and put my thicker gloves on at some point. It's a good story, huh? Smash that like button. Seriously though, if you're into high quality content like this, where I talk about my gloves, and you haven't already, please subscribe. Sure helps us little content creators out a lot. When you hit that subscribe button, it validates us. I don't understand why there are purple lines that make it look like I should be taking a right coming up. But in fact, I'm going straight for 3 miles and taking a left. I really don't like this navigation software. So, that's my review. Turn left? Turn left? Are you fucking serious? What are you talking about? Oh. It said turn left back there. What is happening? So Calimoto has just told me I've been on the road for over an hour. And that's probably a good point for me to pull over right here and put some glovies on, because this is getting untenable. It's no longer tenable. Yep, hands are purple. I may have waited too long. There. Okay. Everything's going to be fine now. I can feel it. Or I can't feel it. Can't feel anything. Good times. Okay. Off we go. That's better. Is it? Oh, okay, got my warm gloves on now, and feeling is slowly coming back to my hands, which, you know, you can't beat that. Okay, here's something that I'm learning about using something like Calimoto to plan and execute a ride for you. What it feels like I'm doing is going from point to point and not really enjoying what I'm seeing along the way. I feel like I have a bunch of these mini goals. Go 2 miles and take a left. Go 6 miles and take a right. And I find myself concentrating more on that than I am on just kind of digging the scenery, what there is of it. So I'm going to count that as a minus for using something like this to just sort of plan a ride and go out and be carefree. I am certainly out. I am certainly carefree. But I don't know that I'm enjoying it as much as I would have enjoyed it if I had just gone. That's my thesis. I'm sticking to it. In 0.8 miles, turn right. Where the hell am I? High water. Sweet! Oh, is this the high water? Oh. In 0.5 miles at the roundabout, take exit 2. There is no exit 2. There might be a second exit, but there is no exit 2. I am willing to bet. Let's find out when we get to the roundabout. You know, I grew up in Massachusetts. We call these rotaries. But I'm gonna go with roundabout. It makes me feel British. Ooh, roundabout ahead. Actually says roundabout. Okay. I was wrong. I gotta take exit 2 though, so let me concentrate on taking exit 2. Okay, that's exit 1. That's exit 2. Right? Alright. This is not the world's most exciting ride. Now, if I had typed in, take me to strip malls and burger joints, then I would say Calimoto has done its job. But I did not type in, take me to strip malls and burger joints. I said, take me on a nice windy ride through the country. And oh, now we're in Vancouver. Vancouver, Washington, not Vancouver, British Columbia, I don't think. 30 minutes left in this debacle, and for some reason Calimoto has routed me through the city of Vancouver, Washington. It's lovely this time of year, sure, but I'm not exactly sure it's the best motorcycle route that I've ever been on. There's a strip mall of some sort. Okay. Oh, the Denture Center. That is scenic. Okay. Welcome to lovely Vancouver, Washington, I think. Maybe? I don't spend a lot of time up here. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying. There are better places to ride. Like, anywhere. Okay. Am I the world's worst salesman? Would I be terrible at doing product reviews if I did this? If I had to depend on doing product reviews for a living, do you think I'd make it? I don't think I would. Buy this stupid thing because it'll show you the terrible map that takes you to strip malls. That's my review. 5 stars. Oh, maybe it said windy, not windy. That's what it is. I chose the windy route, not the windy route. Well, what did we learn? We learned that this display thing by Aoocci works pretty well. No complaints. Well, except that it's not as touch sensitive as I would like. We learned that Calimoto is an application that you can download onto your phone and see the finest strip malls in the entire area, and that its screen is a little confusing and I dislike it. And we learned that no matter what, a shitty ride's better than no ride at all. Is it? I don't know. I'm freezing, so I'm just looking forward to getting home. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this complete debacle of a video, please consider subscribing to my channel and smash that like button or something. I don't know. Smash something. And now my favorite part. It's essentially a $200 garage door opener, but it makes me happy. Good times.